Hey hey all, welcome back to the channel, and yes, today, just as a little break from Legacy, we're going to be looking at not one, but two upgrade kits for this guy, the Studio Series 86 Perceptor. Yeah, this is definitely, actually, a 2-for-1 with both of the upgrade kits. Are they good? Are they bad? Do they add added value here? Well, we're about to find out when we jump into both of these sets in the latest GotBot True review. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton, and it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you right there are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course you can hit the join button at any given time right here on YouTube and become a channel member. And this is, of course, the Studio Series 86 Perceptor, and there are a ton of upgrade kits for this guy. For me, luckily, I was sent not one but two of them, courtesy of our buddy Joe. And they definitely accomplish different things. And there's things that they accomplish very well, and there's things that are maybe a little bit arguable. But mostly they're successful. We'll talk about the good and, I don't even want to say the bad, but the good and the maybe it could have been designed slightly better when we head over to the table and take a closer look at these sets. And yes, indeed, our buddy Joe provided us with not one, but two upgrade kits for the Studio Series 86 Perceptor. We're going to take a look at both of them now. We're going to look at the most simplistic, the easiest, the most straightforward one first. It is the Matrix Workshop M68. Basically, it's a rifle and blaster upgrade kit. So he comes with this red blaster over here. That's the stock blaster that comes with Perceptor. In his other hand, you'll notice he now has a black blaster with a red, I guess, barrel, tip, whatever you want to call it. You may also notice that sticking up over his shoulder, we have a silver barrel, and plugged in on his back, we have a version of his rifle that I believe was made most famous in the IDW comics, though I think he may have used it in Cyberverse as well, but I could be wrong about that. And really, if you don't want him to be holding it, this is the only option you kind of have to sort of sling it on his back. But that's up to you. Now I'm going to show both of these up closer, but they're very straightforward, they're very simple. Yes, he holds them both fine, so if I take this out of his hand, and if I take this off of his shoulder, I mean, yes, he can hold it no problem. He could get down on the ground and be, aiming it and whatnot. It does have the little, I guess, stabilizer piece down there as well. So it's a great little set. I'm just going to show them up close real quickly so that you can get kind of a bird's eye view. No, not a bird's eye view, because we're looking at them up close. So you can get an up close view. There you go. So here we have the stock hand blaster and the upgrade kit one. The stock one, yeah, it has a cartridge and stuff, but it has no paint whatsoever. This one here is done in white and then painted. So the red is paint, and this, I'm going to call it gunmetal gray. It's not exactly black, though it does look like a gloss black here, I think, on camera. But it's more like a super dark gunmetal gray. It's nice for a blaster, but the star of the Matrix Workshop set is definitely the silver rifle. Again, it seems like it's printed in, or produced, or cast, or whatever, in white, and then painted completely silver. And as I said, we have the stabilizer. This was not on in the bag. I had to put it on. It's super simple to do, but that's a great little set. Now, this is one of two. So if you wanted him to have a better, I guess, more colorful hand blaster, and you wanted him to have his rifle, then the Matrix Workshop set might be for you. What about the other one? Well, the other one is definitely more involved. It is the 115 Workshop YYW22 upgrade kit, and it includes a number of things. Perhaps the easiest way at this time to kind of show at least most of it is to turn our boy around. So one of the things that a lot of people despise about this offering of Perceptor is the big hole in the back. Well, they have a nice back adapter piece. The color match is pretty decent. The head can go in with that piece covering it. Now there are other sets where that piece kind of just swivels out of the way. And you could do that here, but more often than not, you're going to end up pulling it out. So it's probably just easier if you want to transform him to pull this out and put down the head. He also comes with two of these pieces, and these pieces are really intended to go, I guess, into the holes on the bottom of the feet, and they do have little rolling tires, and these, of course, would kind of help that unofficial third tank mode. You know, that this guy and the Titan's Return one were easily able to pull off, though I would say the Titan's Return one did it a little bit better. But in robot mode, what do you do with these? Because obviously you don't want to use this 5mm peg up under the foot in this mode. Well, we have a little rectangular tab right there. And that little rectangular tab can actually go in the little rectangular slot here on the back. Now, am I going to be able to line it up from this distance? I'm not sure. Yeah, like that, right? And of course you would put the other one on the other side, and it all stays there actually quite securely, and it fills in his back quite nicely in robot mode. That only leaves one other part, and that's these two pieces. Now, those two pieces are intended to be, you guessed it, forearm fillers, which is dandy. That's great. And the way it basically goes is we have a little section here, and that's going to be up by the wrist. So that's how you get your orientation. These were on the sprues when I got them, so I had to remove them from the sprues. These just, or should just, tab in on the forearm like that, which is great. It looks great. It fills in the forearm. It's wonderful. However, to transform the hand and put it inside, you have to take this piece off. And while it's in there nice and snug now and it's not falling anywhere and I like it, I'm not going to pretend that getting it out again isn't an absolute bear. It is. It's a real nuisance. Like if I get here, there's like nowhere really for me to get my thumb in. So I had to find like a knife or something to wedge that back out. For me, I think the blaster and the rifle of the Matrix Workshop, they're both great. It's up to you which blasters you want them to use. I mean, cool, give Perceptor a full armament. For this set, I think I'd like the back piece and the two, I'll say tank tread pieces, the best. The forearms are nice, but they're a pain and a nuisance for me. I don't know if I'm going to use the forearms. I will, however, show you guys what the kind of tank treads look like in tank mode, if you will. And boom, so you can see now we have these pieces down here. He actually rolls really, really well. I don't have the hands in because I have the forearm pieces on. You might be able to see that. I have a forearm piece on in here. And I was able to put the head in and still leave the back piece on right there. So, I mean, it's still completely filled in and the head is in there, transformed just fine. It's a great set, honestly. It's a bit of parts forming, if you will, but it's a great set. Between both of these, I think the only real, I'm going to say weakness for lack of a better term, is the forearm fillers, because you do have to really root to sort of wedge them back out. But for my money, for my thoughts on both of these sets, I think that they're both absolute winners. Are they absolutely necessary for 86 Perceptor? No. But do they enhance 86 Perceptor? 100% yes. And here we are once again, and here they are. So the first set, of course, being the rifle and the blaster. Like, they're great. They're great. I don't know if this blaster was necessarily needed where he comes with a blaster, but to be fair, this one is less hollow. It is red and black, so it has more dynamic color and paint to it, and it just overall looks nicer. I, granted, have it on his shoulder right now, but it easily could replace the red blaster he comes with, even though the red blaster, I'm pretty sure, is actually animation accurate. I think this just looks nicer. Then we have the rifle. The rifle is a comics thing, is my understanding, from IDW. Painted really nicely, molded really nicely. This is a fantastic rifle for anybody who wants it. Even comes with the little like flippy down piece. This is excellent, very excellent. So that said, the 2 blasters, honestly, if you want better armament than the one he comes with, they are totally worth it. Very, very good. Then we get to the other set, which gives him his tank treads, basically. Actually, tank wheels, I guess I should say. And they do have wheels, and they do actually help him kind of roll. So I like that, because really he just has molded in treads that don't roll. These actually have tires that do sort of help him roll. I like these, and I like that when you take them off, they can go on his back, stored out of the way, nice, clean, neat. It works. Same with the cover for his face. Again, it just plugs into the hole. There are a number of those sort of covers out there. Some roll to the side and some do different things. This one very uninvasive. The head can go in. It can still close up. It's pretty great in all modes. And the red is a great match. And this bluish color is a great match. So I think, again, absolute successes. Then we get to the forearm fillers. I think the forearm fillers are nice because they do fill in his arms, and the color match is tremendous. But to do the transformation, you have to remove these. It is a bit of parts forming, which I'm not a huge fan of. And while I'm happy that these are so tight that they're not going to fall out, because the forearm fillers for my 86 Jazz will not stay in to save their life. But I'm glad these don't fall out. The only problem with that is that you definitely need a wedge tool to get them out. And I am concerned that over time that wedge tool is going to cause the paint to chip. If you have no intention of transforming your Perceptor, then yeah, this is great to be able to fill in his arm and just look a little more, a little more polished, a little more finished. He probably should have had a flap anyway. So when it comes down to it, the 2 blasters, absolute success. And I would say about 75%, I guess. Well, if we say that there's 3 things within the other set, the forearm fillers, the tire fillers, and the kind of back filler piece, then I guess 2/3 of it is a success. I'm saying 75% because these are a success. It's just a nuisance for having to do the parts forming. Could I recommend both of these sets? Yes. The only caveat at all with either of it is know that if you're going to get the forearm fillers, they're the sort of design where you're going to have to probably wedge them out to put the hands in. Small price to pay for something that does so much. Let me know what you think about these 2 upgrade kits for Studio Series 86 Perceptor. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us, and especially don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.